Hello, today I'm sharing some of the best new releases at Sephora I think you'll love. The fall Sephora sale is here, and these are 15 new beauty releases I think are completely worth the money. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new, and let's get into it. Right now, the sale is open to Rouge tier only, but in 2 days, on Tuesday, November 4th, it opens up to all the other tiers. Each time these Sephora sales roll around, I do a series of videos sharing different topics and different products in each, since you can shop as many times as you want during these sales and there's free shipping. It allows me to break things up a little bit easier and not overwhelm you with a really long recommendations video. You can access my Sephora recommendations videos up in the corner as well as down below in my description box, along with everything I'm sharing and wearing today. And you can also access those products through YouTube shopping. Let's start with a new foundation release that was the surprise hit of a foundation roundup that I did. I was not expecting to benefit the professional blurring and smoothing foundation as much as I did. I have combination oily skin that's pretty normal and can be dry around the perimeter. I get shine and oil breakthrough in the center of my face. I live in a very challenging climate. Here in New Orleans, it's humid year-round, very humid, and it's pretty hot most of the year. I'm also 50 years old, which complicates things further. So this has a soft, natural finish right after application. Once I finish my makeup and set my face with powder, it has a soft, natural matte finish. I can build it from medium to just under full coverage, slightly over medium full coverage. It's smoothing and flattering on pores and texture and feels comfortable and lightweight. I tested this in major heat and humidity, and it performed really well with and without primer. Now, without primer, at the midday point when my natural oils meshed with it, it turned into more of a natural finish instead of that natural soft matte finish, and it held up really nicely on some longer 10 to 12 hour days. And it wears even longer when I wear a smoothing primer under it and looks extra smooth and flattering on pores and texture. I'm really happy with the way this applies, feels, looks, and wears on all areas of my sometimes confused combination oily skin, the normal dry areas and the shine prone. This was such a pleasant surprise that's been worth every penny. This is what's on my face today. I'm not sure what it looks like to you. Sometimes things look a little bit different on camera than they do in person, but this is so beautiful to wear on a daily basis and for special occasions. It's flattering and comfortable, and it wears really well. Sticking with complexion, the next new makeup release I want to focus on is One Size Boucle Silk Finishing Powder. I've been a big fan of using finishing powders for a long time. Just buffing them over your face is the final step of your makeup routine. They give a sheer airbrushed sort of soft focus effect to your makeup. They can make it look really seamless and blur your pores in the process. And an added bonus is that if you went too heavy with blush, bronzer, contour, or highlighter, or if you have some harsh lines, they can fix those makeup mistakes and sort of diffuse them. It can also help with makeup longevity if you're someone who doesn't like using setting spray on a regular basis. So my favorite finishing powder of all time is MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to be reformulated soon because MAC is taking the talc out of all of their powders. I feel like this is a nice replacement for MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural if that does happen. It's a very sheer baked finishing powder. I have it in shade light for light neutral undertones. You can see how that just blended right into my skin. The finish of this is a very soft focus finish, very similar to Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. A lot of so-called finishing powders could practically double as non-glittery highlighters. I'm looking at you, Say isn't the only one, but it's the one I've tried most recently that left me looking incredibly shiny and dewy, which I like in a highlighter, but I don't want it in a face powder. This type of soft focus finish works really well across all skin types, from dry to oily. It doesn't look like a highlighter, and it doesn't look or feel like you have another layer of powder or a layer of makeup on your face. Now, I would say the coverage of this is a bit more sheer than MAC. It's not quite on the same airbrushing level just because the coverage is a little bit more sheer. Not that MAC has a lot of coverage, because all finishing powders should be sheer, but it's nice and buildable, and it's flattering on your skin as a finishing powder should be. For me to repeatedly be reaching for another setting powder instead of my Huda Beauty Easy Bake, which I have used and repurchased for the longest time, says a lot. And that's exactly what I've been doing with Fenty Beauty Set It Down. I have it in strawberry milk. It has a soft focus effect to it, and it hydrates as it controls shine and blurs. It blurs pores and texture, and is a powder that I can set my dry under eyes and my face, which has shine prone areas. It's very finely milled. It's also waterproof and humidity and sweat resistant, which is really nice where I live in the humidity capital of the world. This has turned out to be a really nice setting powder that is great at controlling shine and locking my makeup in without making my skin anywhere on my face look or feel dry or tight or like I'm wearing powder. We've had numerous setting spray launches this year, but this one, hands down, is my favorite, and it's one of the most recent setting spray launches, Danessa Myricks Yummy Skin Liquid Blurring Balm. Now, don't be alarmed by mattifying being in the name. This is alcohol-free. It hydrates as it blurs and controls shine and smooths your skin. It does a great job of controlling shine without ever making my face feel the least bit dry or tight. So if you're averse to setting your makeup with powder, you can set your makeup with this spray. It works phenomenally for that. The mist is extremely fine and cloud-like. This also works really well as a primer if you want to mist it on your face as the first step of your makeup, and then of course in the traditional way as the last step of your makeup to lock everything in. You want to shake it up well first. You'll hear a little ball shaking around in here, kind of like a paint can. And you don't need to drench your face either, just a few sprays is all you need. This for me is a great daily spray because it's alcohol-free and there are some nice ingredients. It just leaves my makeup looking blurred and natural, and it controls shine. It doesn't make my makeup turn into some flat matte finish. It's a really beautiful setting spray. Love it. I thought Laura Mercier bronze color infusions were going to be limited edition. They came out, I want to say right at the beginning of summer, and you have these two bronzers. One has a bit more of a sheen than the other. Let me see if I can swatch some here for you in the back of my hand. I don't know what just happened with those swatches. Those were going in wild directions, but I think you get the gist. I have shade 20. I also have 30, but I found myself reaching for 20 more. So you have a matte and a luminous bronzer in one compact. You can use them separately or together. I always swirl these together. This is talc free too, by the way, and the two swirled together give me a really pretty, natural, sun-kissed warmth, a healthy looking glow. It's great for a no makeup look. It looks like my skin naturally does when I have a hint of a tan with a little bit of red mixed in, but not too much. I feel like you could kind of see that. And these powders have a smoothing, blurring finish that give your skin kind of a soft focus appearance. They're long wearing, and they're supposed to be, I think, waterproof and sweat proof too. I have not tested that, but they are long wearing. It's a great blush, bronzer, blonzer, all in one product that I've really been enjoying. I'm so glad these weren't limited edition. I mean, I don't think they're going anywhere anyway. I thought I was only going to be reaching for this in the summertime, but I still reach for it, especially on lighter makeup days. The blush I'm wearing today is Dior Rosy Glow Blush Stick in Rosewood. I am so happy with this purchase. It does have kind of a faint, soft, sweet scent to it, which I kind of enjoy. I don't notice it after it's applied. It's very creamy. You have a lot of pigment here. This applies beautifully to my skin. I had originally said I preferred to apply this over powder slightly more than over foundation or over my skin, but I've been applying this all the ways and I really enjoy it. It has kind of a soft, radiant finish to it that's flattering and natural, and the shades are going to look slightly different on everyone because there is some pH activation going on here, and it wears beautifully throughout the day. I have another blush here too in liquid form. This is the Too Faced Cloud Crush Whipped Lip and Cheek color. That's kind of a mouthful. There's also a gift set available with two full-sized Cloud Crush whipped lip and cheeks In Super Candy Cloud and Bed of Roses, it's $42. It's 25% off versus you buying 2 full size. It'd be good for stocking stuffers or a gift add-on or something like that. So I have it in Peach Blur. I hazed it out with my finger a little bit so you could see the lightweight whipped texture. It almost looks like a soft focus powder. Once it's set down, it wears really, really well throughout the day, all day long, easily, even on a long day. They're easy to apply, build, and blend out, and they're flattering, smoothing, and blurring. So you have 2 different blush formats here and 2 different finishes depending on what you want, but I think they're both really great. What's on my eyes today is the Makeup by Mario Ethereal Eyes Nature Palette. I know there are mixed reviews on this, but I think if you have not tried one of his palettes, if you're curious about it and you're into these shades, this would be completely worth it for you. I reviewed this more thoroughly in a recent video. I will have it linked down below for you and up in the corner where you can see more looks I've done with it. I really love this green shade. What you do need to be aware of before you purchase one of his Ethereal Eyes palettes, if you haven't before, is that some of these more glimmery looking shades in here are toppers. They are going to be more sheer than your typical metallic or shimmer shadow. I think some people that get these for the first time don't realize that and they're a bit disappointed by the pigment. But these can be used wet or dry. So if you want more out of them, you can apply them wet with a finger or a brush. I have this shade, this kind of taupey shade on my lids today. I applied it lightly with a damp brush today. I always use some type of eyeshadow primer with this and any eyeshadow palette I apply. I have no issues with fallout. I think this is a really pretty fall and winter palette to have. I've been enjoying using it. So for that reason, I think it's a great new release if you're into this color story, if you're wanting some really nice blendable, wearable mattes and shimmers and glimmer toppers. I've used this palette for a matte neutral look plenty of times. It's perfect for that too. I don't have a new lip in this video, but if you're curious what my lip is I've been wearing throughout this video, the lip liner is Makeup by Mario Hue, one of my favorite neutral pinks. It's fairly close to my own lip color. And the lipstick I have on is Merit Signature Lipstick in Baby. I swatched it right here. This is one of my favorite formulas too, by the way. And then to give my lips a little fullness and some sheen, I applied Charlotte Tilbury Plumpgasm, the nude one, which is right here. It has some transparency to it, but it feels comfortable and adds a little something. I'll have those sourced for you down below too. Okay, let's talk about my lashes really quickly today. I have very fine, stick straight, sparse lashes. And I know everyone's different when it comes to mascara. What works for me may not for you and vice versa, but Milk Makeup Kush Big Hit Mascara has been a hit for me. It volumizes and lengthens my lashes. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge or smear. It's just been a really, really great mascara. Now, I will say I do need to scrape the wand off pretty well before applying it, or it can apply pretty clumpy. But this is a new mascara release that I've been pretty impressed with. I've been reaching for it pretty regularly, so if you have difficult lashes like I do, you might also like it. Now, I do usually wear a light layer of waterproof underneath it after curling my lashes just to make sure my lashes stay fully curled. I have to do that with most non-waterproof mascaras because my lashes, my curl falls out. It holds my curl moderately without doing that, but much better if I do that. So yeah, this has been really great for me anyway. When you're a woman over 40, eye makeup, eyeliner specifically, becomes much more difficult, not only to apply it, but to keep it on your eyes throughout the day, to keep it from smudging or wearing off if your eyes water, all kinds of things. So I have to mention the new eyeliners from Sarah Creel. This is the Eyes Up Creamy Kajal Long Wear Eyeliner, and you can tell these are made for women over 40. This has technology in it that flexes with your expressions, even if you use rich, creamy, heavy eye care. It has a soft glide that doesn't tug, pull, or or skip, and it gives you a short amount of time to blend or smudge, smoke it out before it fully sets down. They're incredibly long wearing. They wear up to 24 hours. They're smudge proof, waterproof, and transfer proof. Great if you have watery eyes. This shade, by the way, is Everyday Taupe. That's why I pulled this one. I have 4 shades, but this is a slightly different shade than I've seen from other brands, and it's just great for every day. One thing that really impresses me about these is that they are ophthalmologist tested and they're safe for the waterline, for contact lens wearers, and for sensitive eyes. So I have talked on my channel so many times about not lining your waterline on a regular basis because it blocks meibomian glands, which secrete oils that are extremely important for protecting your tear film, for tear production, which is important your whole life. But when you get to a certain age, things start to become drier and you probably notice your eyes start to water more. Watery eyes are a big indicator of dry eyes. But because other factors are already contributing to the dry eye issue, why are we going to add another factor directly onto the eye? It just is a big hard no for me. So the fact that these are safe for the waterline is a really good thing. There are also nice ingredients in here like ceramides and allantoin to calm, soothe, and moisturize the delicate eye area and to lock in moisture and prevent dryness and flakiness. All those things that become more of an issue with age that we didn't really have to think about when we were younger. All this from an eyeliner. I just think these are fantastic, and I wanted to focus on this specific shade, although there are more to choose from. Anastasia Beverly Hills Micro Stroke Brow Pen. Dare I say this is my brow product of the year. This has a 1mm microfine brush tip. There's also a very soft spoolie on the other end. What I like so much about this is that it has balanced ink flow, so you're not continuously running out of ink as you're applying your brows. That's happened to me with other brow pens. Constantly have to tap the brush or shake it up. I don't have to do that with this. I also don't have to concentrate to use a light hand so that I don't apply the pigment too dark. That's also happened to me with other brow pens. I can just sit and apply my brows and not have to think. It's very easy. I have shade Taupe, by the way. There's really nothing better to mimic a brow hair than a brow pen. This is a very, very finely tipped brow pen that does the job extremely well. This is a fantastic new launch from Anastasia. So if you have sparse brows, areas that need actual filling in and not just shading, if you want to mimic brow hairs, this is a really, really nice brow pen I've been loving. I have very sensitive skin and I've been using this every morning during my skincare routine and loving it. This is Glow Recipe Prickly Pear Peptide Mucin. This is a snail mucin alternative. It gives you all the benefits and the feel that snail mucin gives, but without having to use actual snail mucin. There's no added fragrance. It's cruelty-free, vegan, and it's great for all skin types, even sensitive skin. It helps improve skin elasticity, bounce, hydration. It helps with fine lines and wrinkles and supports the skin barrier. What impressed me the most about this and what led me to try it, aside from the snail mucin alternative aspect, which does comprise 81% of the formula, is that the other part of the ingredient deck itself is not filler. It's comprised of tons of beneficial ingredients, 12 types of minerals and electrolytes, a bioactive peptide which stimulates collagen and helps improve elasticity, smooths pores, and refines texture. It's got ectoin, which calms and restores and helps strengthens your skin barrier. It has 18 types of amino acids, 9 types of vitamins, 6 types of phytochemicals, and numerous essential fatty acids. It has a slightly earthy cactus scent that I noticed upon application, which dissipates, and it absorbs into my skin beautifully. It has a nice in-between texture. It's not too thin, it's not too thick. It feels wonderful, and it layers well with other products and wears beautifully under makeup. I think during the spring Sephora Savings Event, I raved about the Salt and Stone Saffron and Cedar deodorant. It's aluminum free. It's a natural deodorant that I couldn't believe worked so well for me. I was going to repurchase it when it ran out, but then I saw Way launch some new deodorants, and I have been loving Way Cape Town deodorant. I know there are some other scents, but I just can't believe I have found not one, but 2 natural deodorants that actually work. This has tapioca starch to absorb moisture, coconut oil to moisturize and nourish, shea butter to hydrate and leave your skin feeling soft and smooth, and proctoneolamine, we'll pronounce it that way, to neutralize body odor. And I like the fresh scent that this has. I would definitely repurchase it or try one of the other scents. Now that I'm thinking about it, I might want to get a backup in my haul so that I have one ready to go when this runs out. I just haven't had luck with natural deodorants. They either haven't controlled odor or sweat, or they've given me a horrible, painful rash. So now I have not just one, but two options that work really well for me at controlling sweat and odor. And best of all, they're not painful. So I'm just thrilled. This is the new K18 Heat Bounce Conditioning Heat Protectant. This is a leave-in spray that you can use on towel dried hair before you blow dry it, or on dry hair before you use heat tools. So this softens and conditions your hair and detangles it and protects it from heat up to 450 degrees. So in my other recommendations video, I've already done my Sephora bestsellers worth your money. I shared a detangler, leave-in conditioner, heat protectant from Living Proof that I have been loving. It's sort of a new release. There are a couple of newer releases in that video too, but I'm almost finished with my bottle. I had damaged my hair inadvertently and it helped repair it and is really getting it back in healthier condition. Okay, so let's talk about this new product from K18 and what it does differently. So they say that unlike traditional heat protectants that only coat the cuticle, their technology that's in here allows it to penetrate the cortex of the hair, which is where heat damage can occur. It's supposed to be great for all hair types and textures. And I will say a little bit of this goes a long way. Before you saturate your hair with this, start with just a little bit. I'm talking 3 to 5 sprays max and see how it feels once it's dried. It's easier to add more if you feel like you need it once it's dry, or to maybe add a couple more sprays the next time you wash and see where you are. Because if you add too much, or at least this has been my experience with it with my fine hair, if I add too much, it gets coated feeling and it goes flat really, really fast. You want it to be soft and shiny, not coated and flat. It's just finding that right amount initially is really important, and some people might just think it doesn't work for them right off the bat because they use too much. So I think the Living Proof one is really great for someone like me that has fine hair that gets weighed down easily. I can saturate my hair with that and really just take it through my hair thoroughly. My hair never ever gets weighed down with it, and it has helped improve the integrity, the strength, and the health of my hair. If you don't have fine hair and you want hair repair and heat protection, I think this is going to be a great product for you. If you have fine hair and you want to try this, I mean, I did definitely see shine and healthiness right off the bat. It's a bit harder for me to be so conservative with the product though, so just keep that in mind. I do think this is a great product. Just know those things going in. Because people love the smell of Amika's hair products so much, they created a hair and body mist, which was a pretty smart move. I talked about this in, I feel like, a recent video. I think if you like the scent of Amika's hair products, you'll also like this. It has some freshness to it, some fruity notes, and vanilla. It's just a fun fragrance to have. It smells good. The mist is nice. There's something kind of comforting about it. It's one of those fragrances you can wear pretty much any time of day for any occasion. I feel like this would be a good gift type of product. I don't know, but I liked it more than I thought I would. Sometimes body mists don't hit for me. They wear away in 5 minutes. This one seems to last a bit longer. I have quite a few perfumes and now body mists, and I've been working this in my rotation. It's fun. I like it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. You can see more recommendations here and even more in 2 more days when the sale opens up to everyone else. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then. Bye.